All right, I'm Sterling Mueller. I'm the assistant coach at UT Dallas for the women's soccer team. This will be my third year coming up. After college, I actually had an elementary education degree, and I realized that I looked forward to recess as much as they did. So I love soccer. Soccer's been what I've been passionate about since about age 7. So once playing soccer was no longer in the cards for me, I got pretty excited about the thought of coaching, and I started coaching high school, and then the door opened for a college opportunity, and pretty excited about it. Now just going through a couple seasons with the girls and the head coach Canute that I work with, it's been such an amazing experience already, and so that's how I got into coaching, and now I'm pretty solidified. Like this is the path that I want to take, and I've really enjoyed it so far. Yeah, so I committed to the University of North Carolina, and we were able to win 3 national championships while I was there, which was pretty fun. Also very grueling. My body still hurts from it, but it was worth it. It was really, really meaningful and super fun and enjoyable experience at the same time. I got recruited by Division I schools. A lot of them were in the ACC, the Atlantic Coast Conference, and something just kept coming to the back of my mind. Like I didn't want to not be a part of the Carolina team because it had been a dream for me from the very start. I had always wanted to play at Carolina. My mom went to school there, so I already had ties with that school. And then once I found out that they had an amazing soccer program, I was kind of hooked. And I got recruited by them, but there wasn't much of an opportunity for me from what the coach was telling me. He actually told me in a meeting, we sat down with my parents and him, and he said that, he's like, look, we want you to come here, but we don't know if you'll play a single minute. And he said he was pretty surprised when I was still smiling, and I said that I wanted to commit. And at that point he said, okay, I've told you the honest truth with what I'm foreseeing for the future for you, but if you want to change that future, here's some steps to get there. Here's what we do for fitness. Here's how you need to train. And basically I took it to heart, and once I committed, had some girls around me once I was at the school that really helped me improve quickly. And the next year I ended up being a starter for the program, which that was always a dream of mine, but I wasn't sure if that was ever going to happen. So that was pretty cool to take a risk like that and have it come to fruition the way that you hoped and dreamed that it would. I had the support of my teammates around me, but I think there was the question of like, why didn't you go somewhere else to be the all-star? Instead, you could potentially just be a reserve your entire 4 years. And I think that confused a lot of people, but worked out. So I just didn't want to have any regrets later on. And for women's soccer, there's not much opportunity after college, so I figured like go hard or go home. I think going there, and I was, in your head you're building up like what being a Carolina soccer player means, and a lot of people think that it's just a soccer factory, like you live, eat, sleep, and breathe soccer, and that's all you do, that's all you're ever gonna do, and why on earth would you want to go there and like basically not get the college experience that you wanted. And instead what I found out was when we were on the pitch, we were working so hard, and I've never really seen that intense dedication until that point. And the way that we were training, it was super intense. Like I remember there was a number of occasions that we would do a scrimmage, and after the scrimmage was over, I would look down and my t-shirt was ripped because we were just like playing that hard against each other. But once the practice was over, we were like just goofing around, having so much fun, like on the bus trips, like just, it was a really fun experience too. And the degree I got from Carolina was so worth it as well. Like just, I loved every minute of my time at Carolina, and it was the holistic experience that I was looking for. So yes, soccer was of utmost importance, but everything else was too. So it got to combine everything, and it was really, really meaningful, and I'll take those memories, forever. My teammates and I, that core group that really felt that way. We were freshmen. We didn't know what to expect. We were just kind of thrown into the mix, and nobody really expected us to win that year either, because we had, I think, 7 or 8 freshmen starting. So I think a lot of people were writing us off as this is a rebuilding year and just not really expecting us to go very far. But we battled. We kind of did well because we didn't have any expectations. There was no pressure, and we were just out there playing, which was pretty cool. But we worked our butts off. There was a turning point in the season where I really felt like all of us got on the same page, and we realized, hey, we can do this, and ended up winning the whole thing. And when we won, everybody's cheering. We're all so excited, so happy. We're all hugging our parents, hugging each other, getting, we all got these like little watches as gifts. And what was extra meaningful was we were playing for this little girl who had cancer, and that was pretty significant because, she couldn't walk at that point. She was in a wheelchair, and we strolled her out onto the field with us because we told her she was a teammate of ours, and we won for her. And that was the most meaningful part of that whole experience. Yes, the journey is a grind, and yes, it's meaningful to work hard and have it culminate in this national championship, but the most meaningful part was this little girl. At the same time, after that was all over, she's on a flight home, her family's gone, we all drive home, we're like, we're all dirty and messy and sweaty from the game, and we're, getting showers, we're getting ready for our party that night, like they're throwing us a party because we won. And I remember I was like brushing my teeth, and I was like, this is just like normal life. Like, is this it? Like, we just won the national championship, and I'm like brushing my hair and sitting on the couch watching TV, waiting for the girls to get ready so we can go to this party. And it was kind of surreal in the sense that we were just like, that was fun and awesome, but it wasn't as fulfilling as I thought it was going to be. And not to take away from it, because I think we had just put it up on a pedestal to make it something that completed us. Like, oh, this is going to complete any void, any like hole, any way that we feel insecure. And it really didn't. And so me and this other girl, Casey, actually talk about it. She was All-American, like national team player. So she even got to do more stuff than I did with the sport. And we both were talking about that was a pivotal moment for us, because we were just like, soccer doesn't complete you as a human being. And we found our identities in Christ, because we're Christians and we believe that Jesus completes our identity. And I think that really helped us kind of prioritize things differently. Like we were seeing soccer as our sole identity, and all of a sudden we're like, wait a second, that didn't complete us. So it was cool, it was fun, it was amazing, but at the same time, just like reflecting on that, we're just thinking like that wasn't what we expected, which I think surprises a lot of people, because they think like, oh, if I was the beauty queen, or if I was the Super Bowl champion, or if I won a national championship, or if I was the next Mia Hamm, I would feel complete, and it won't complete you. That's just the facts. So I think the journey is where the growth happens. It's not in these like pivotal moments of success or like the accolades. It's in the journey where you grow as a human being